Fire Watcher, interview questions and answers. What are the color codes of fire extinguisher? Water type fire extinguisher color, red. Foam type fire extinguisher color, cream. DCP type fire extinguisher color, blue. Carbon dioxide type fire extinguisher color, black. Wet chemical type fire extinguisher color, yellow. What other methods for fire can spread? Transfer of heat is responsible for initiation, continuation, and extinguishment of most fire. Fire can spread by one or more of the following modes. Conduction, heat from one body is transferred to another by direct contact. Convection, heat is transferred by a circulating medium, either a gas or liquid. Radiation, heat is transferred from one body to another by heat ray by a medium in between them. What are the precautions for welding? Remove all combustion material from the place of welding. Clear the work area and cover the wooden floor with fireproof blanket. Erect the fire blanket booth around the work. Welding machine should be double-earthed. Welding should be dry and free from water. Keep the fire extinguisher and sand bucket nearly. Barricade the work area and put a signboard use mandatory job related. PPE such as leather hand gloves, goggles, helmets. Switch off the power when welding is stopped. Define auto-ignition temperature. Auto-ignition temperature of a substance is the lowest temperature at which it will spontaneously ignite in a normal atmosphere without an external source of ignition. What is flash point? Flash point of a particular material is the lowest temperature at which vapor of the material undergoes ignition in the presence of an ignition source. Flash point produce only flash in the presence of ignition source. Example: diesel, 52 to 96 degrees Celsius. Note: flash point of any liquid can change as the pressure in the air around it changes according to thermodynamic principle. What is hot work? Hot work is a process that involves welding, soldering, brazing, cutting, grinding, drilling and burning or melting metals or other substances such as glass. What advice would you give the CEO of Firewatch about how to improve it? Keep the workplace by removing all combustible materials and cover with blankets. The knowledge of the hazards. What is fire point? Fire point of a particular material is the lowest temperature at which the vapor of a substance can keep burning when we remove the ignition source. Fire point continue to burn when we remove the ignition source. Example: diesel, 120 degrees Celsius. Flash point is always less than the fire point. What is LEL? Lower explosive limit. LEL, the lowest concentration of gas or vapor which will burn or explode if ignited. From the LEL to the UEL, the mixture is explosive. Below the LEL, the mixture is too lean to burn. Above the UEL, the mixture is too rich to burn. Who issues hot work permit? A hot work permit authorized by the premise responsible person or their nominated representative and the contractor and person in control of the hot work will be required. What are the responsibilities of fire watcher? Watch for any hazardous conditions. Stop the hot work in the event of any potential fire. Hazard development, having fire extinguishing equipment readily available and being well trained for its immediate use. Being familiar with facilities and procedures for sounding an alarm in the event of a fire and having a means of notifying emergency services. Maintaining the conditions and requirements stated on the safety permit. Inspecting the entire work area to look for potential release of flammable vapor or liquid before, during, and at the end of each shift. Keep all proof taps, and shield, and blankets in place. Never leaving the job site while the work is being done. Remain in constant attendance until 30 minutes after the job is done. What are the main jobs of a fire watcher? The main job for fire watch personnel is to sound the alarm if there is an emergency so that firefighters can bring in. They may attempt to control the fire, but their primary role is not to fight the flames, but to simply alert professionals so that they can come in and take care of it.